What moment from your life is so embarrassing you'll never live it down? When I was 15, I tried to impress my crush by pretending I could skateboard and ended up becoming a viral meme at my school. My crush Emma was always talking about how cool skateboarders were. She'd watch videos during lunch and say stuff like, "I wish more guys at our school were into skating." She had this dreamy look whenever she talked about it, like skateboarding was the coolest thing in the universe. So naturally, my brain decided I needed to become Tony Hawk overnight. I borrowed my neighbor's skateboard on a Saturday morning. This thing was ancient, probably from the 90s, with wheels that squeaked like dying mice. I spent exactly one afternoon practicing in my garage while my parents were out. I learned to push forward without falling. I could turn left if I really concentrated. That was it. That was my entire skill set. But in my mind, I was already planning my grand entrance at school. The next Monday, I saw Emma walking to the student parking lot after school. She was with her friends, talking and laughing about something. This was my moment. I had been carrying that stupid skateboard around all day, waiting for the perfect opportunity. I grabbed the skateboard and started rolling toward her from across the parking lot, trying to look casual like I did this every day. I even tried to do this cool thing where you push with one foot while the other stays on the board. Everything was going perfectly. The wind was in my hair. I was picking up speed. Emma hadn't noticed me yet, which was good because I wanted to glide past her smoothly and maybe throw in a casual hey. Then I hit a tiny pebble. This thing was probably the size of a marble, but it might as well have been a brick wall. The board stopped dead like it had hit an invisible force field. Physics took over from there. I kept going forward at full speed. I flew through the air like Superman, except Superman doesn't usually windmill his arms frantically while screaming, and Superman definitely doesn't land face first in a bush. But here's the really embarrassing part. The bush I landed in was right next to the main entrance, where like 50 kids were waiting for their rides. It was that time of day when everyone's just standing around with nothing better to do than watch someone completely humiliate themselves. The impact was loud, like really loud. Branches snapping, leaves rustling, me groaning. Everyone stopped their conversations and turned to look. For a second, there was complete silence. Then someone started laughing. Then everyone started laughing. I could hear phones coming out, that distinctive camera sound that means your embarrassment is about to become permanent. I was stuck upside down with my legs hanging out of the bush, leaves in my hair, dirt on my face. The skateboard had rolled into a parked car and was just sitting there like evidence of my failure. Emma ran over with her friends, looking concerned but also trying not to laugh. "Oh my god, are you okay?" I tried to play it cool while extracting myself from the bush. Twigs were falling out of my hair and my shirt was torn. "Yeah, totally fine. I meant to do that. It's called a bush grind." She just stared at me for a second, processing what I had just said. Then she burst out laughing. Not the mean kind of laughing, but genuine, can't breathe laughing. Her friend Ashley was recording everything on her phone, grinning like she'd just witnessed the best thing ever. By the next morning, someone had gotten hold of Ashley's video and edited it with slow motion effects and dramatic music. They added sound effects for the crash and everything. The caption said "Bush Grind Champion" and it was posted in every group chat at school. During first period, kids were showing it to each other and cracking up. In the hallway, people were quoting my bush grind line. Someone had already made it their ringtone. I thought my social life was over. I figured I'd be known as bush grind guy forever, and Emma would never look at me the same way. But during lunch, Emma came up to my table where I was sitting alone, feeling sorry for myself. She sat down across from me with this huge smile on her face. "That was honestly the funniest thing I've ever seen," she said. "I watched that video like 20 times last night. Want to actually learn to skate together. I've been wanting to try it, but I was too scared to look stupid." I just stared at her. "You want to hang out with the guy who face planted in a bush? I want to hang out with the guy who was brave enough to try something new, even if he failed spectacularly. Plus now I know you're not too cool to laugh at yourself." We started skating together every weekend. She was terrible at first too, which made me feel better. We'd practice in empty parking lots and laugh every time one of us wiped out. We dated for 2 years after that. And every anniversary, she'd show me that video, and we'd laugh until our stomachs hurt. Sometimes the most embarrassing moments turn into the best stories.